Hey everyone, it's Martin here from the Tech Heroes. Just a short video now to show you how to remove drivers or update drivers in Windows 10. It is actually very similar in all of the other Windows, just how to get there is slightly different. So the easiest way to get to the bit that we need is to press the Windows key and the letter X. That brings up this little menu in Windows 10. Now depending on what version of Windows 10 you get, this might be slightly different. The older versions have control panel listed on here as well. This one doesn't. So the item we want to get to is Device Manager, which is this one here. So I'm just going to open that very quickly. There we go. And if we can see here, everything's listed in a nice long even list. That means there are no issues with any of the devices on this computer. Right, let's just show you the other way that we're going to need to access it in Windows 10, just in case you can't get that Windows key and the letter X. The other way to get to it is through the control panel, which is the way that you'll get to it on all the other versions of Windows. Okay, so in Cortana, if you then type Control, you don't need to type the whole thing. Control panel comes up at the top. We're just going to click on that. And from here, there are two ways to access it. The easiest way is just straight here to Device Manager. The other way that you can do it is actually through Administrative Tools. So we'll go with Device Manager. So this is exactly the same as pressing Windows key and X. So let's say we need to check whether or not something is working, and quite often Wi-Fi can go down on Windows 10 actually, so that would always be a good one to uninstall and reinstall. And one of the things to check first of all, if something's just not showing up, if you click on your actual computer bit, now ours is named TTH Acer laptop, and then right click, scan for hardware changes. Do that first, see whether anything new pops up. Windows 10 is really good at finding device drivers anyway, so there's a good chance that if you're needing to do that, there's something more wrong with your PC. Sometimes our drivers get screwed up, whether it be your graphics display driver or whether it be, well, anything else really, to be honest. But as I say, Wi-Fi can quite often go down on Windows 10. So let's do that one, shall we? We're going to uninstall this. So I've clicked on the actual thing. So if we can see here, we've got audio, batteries, Bluetooth, etc, etc. Yeah. So we're looking for one that's called network adapters on this one. So we open that up by clicking on the little arrow by the side of it, and then this is where, okay, a bit of common sense is going to come into play. And if you're not sure, then just search for each of these, whether it be Google or Cortana or Bing or whatever it is that you use for your search engine. Search each of these and somebody out there will have listed what they are. Now this one here, as I say, I've used a little bit of common sense here. I've looked for a thing that says wireless in it, and there we go. So I'm going to right click on that, and then I'm going to click on, if I want to just test a theory, I can just disable it, but on this one here I'm going to uninstall it completely. I'm going to click uninstall. Now, it doesn't matter which driver it is that you're looking for, the method is exactly the same. So there we go, there you go, and it's told me. That's been disconnected because, yep, you've guessed it, I've got no Wi-Fi. If we look in the bottom here now, suddenly I've got no network adapter. Okay, and how I was connected to the internet this time was via Wi-Fi. So I can either right click on here and scan for hardware changes, or I can restart the PC. Now, quite often it's a good idea to restart your PC. There's nothing actually wrong with this device driver, so I'm just going to ask it to search again. But for anybody who's got actual issues with it, restart your PC and then go back into Device Manager and see whether or not it's there. And also, the best test is whether or not the device that you've been having problems with is now fixed. So I'm going to search for that. There we go, it's thinking about something, and look at that, I've got my Wi-Fi back again. So that's good, isn't it? Let's have a look. We should find that wireless, there we go, that's back. So that is how to remove a driver and the easiest way to reinstall the driver. Okay, one of the other things that you might need to do is update a device driver. So you can see here, I can check the internet now to update the driver. Well, I can and I can't. I need to actually join our network again. Now, because I actually removed the driver, then I need to reinsert the Wi-Fi key. So don't be worried if you suddenly start getting asked for that. Okay. Now, if you're on a public network, then you don't want to share the computer. If it's your own home network, which is a private network, then it's okay. Okay, so the other thing that we can do is check for updated drivers. And as I say, Windows 10 is really good at this. So we right click the driver we want, and we simply click on Update Driver. Search automatically for updated driver software. That's going to tootle off to Microsoft servers, and it's going to come back, probably saying nothing on this one. There we go. So that's fine. The other way to do it, if you've got the disk, update driver, browse my computer for driver, and then what you'll do is actually click on browse, and you will check your computer. So if you've got a disk, then somewhere in amongst all this lot, like here we've got a USB plugged in at the moment, we've got a DVD drive, so you probably have it in there or on a USB, and you'll click into one of those, you'll open it out and see what's on there and ask it to do it that way. Okay. Now you also have built into Windows a whole bunch of drivers, so you can click on here. Now it's going to show you the most compatible items. Sometimes you might get several in the list here, and you will choose which one is the item that you've actually got on there, and then you'll click on next and follow the whole thing through. So we'll click on next. It's going to install the driver. Ta-da! There we go. We click close. So there we have it, folks. That is how to install, uninstall and upgrade a driver in Windows 10. Okay, thanks for watching. Catch you again soon.